are moments in life when you may feel lost, unseen, or even forgotten. But let me assure you, God is always watching over you, especially if you are one of His chosen ones. You may not always feel His presence, but the signs are there, waiting for you to notice. Today, we'll dive deep into those signs and help you recognize that divine connection in your life. If this resonates with you, make sure to subscribe to this channel, where we explore these powerful truths and uncover the deeper meaning behind your journey as a chosen one. The feeling of being protected. One of the most undeniable signs that God is watching over you is the constant sense of protection you feel. It's as if there's an invisible shield around you, keeping you safe from harm. This doesn't mean you never face challenges, but somehow you always come out stronger. Think about those moments when things could have gone terribly wrong, yet you were spared. It wasn't luck, it was divine intervention. For many chosen ones, this protection is subtle yet profound. Maybe you've narrowly avoided an accident, or you've been guided away from toxic relationships or dangerous situations. These are not coincidences. God's hand is gently steering you, ensuring that your purpose is fulfilled. If you've ever felt like someone is watching over you, even in your darkest times, that's a powerful reminder that you are never alone. Life's coincidences are too perfect. Do you ever experience moments where things just fall into place perfectly? You might call them coincidences, but in reality, they are divine signs. For chosen ones, these moments happen often. You might be thinking about a problem, and out of nowhere, the solution appears. Or maybe you meet someone who changes your life at just the right time. These are not accidents. They are orchestrated by God. It's important to pay attention to these moments. They are reminders that you are on the right path. God is constantly aligning the universe to support your journey. Whether it's a sudden opportunity, an unexpected blessing, or even a chance encounter. These are all signs that God's eyes are on you, guiding you toward your destiny. The emotional connection. Let's pause for a moment and talk about something deeper. The emotional connection you feel when you think about God. Have you ever prayed or simply sat in silence and suddenly tears started flowing? That's not weakness. It's divine energy touching your soul. Many chosen ones experience this overwhelming sense of love and reassurance, especially during difficult times. It's as if God is whispering to you, reminding you that everything will be okay. These moments can feel incredibly personal, almost like a hug from above. If you've ever felt this way, know that it's a sign of God's presence in your life. You're being tested, but you're not alone. Being chosen doesn't mean life is easy. In fact, it often means the opposite. God allows challenges to come your way, not to punish you, but to prepare you. These tests are designed to strengthen your faith, build your character, and refine your spirit. Think about the struggles you faced. Were they hard? Yes. But did they break you? That's because God was there carrying you through them. Every obstacle you've overcome is proof that He's been watching over you, ensuring you have the strength to continue. And here's the emotional truth. When you look back on those moments, you'll realize that the pain wasn't permanent, but the growth was. God's presence is not always about removing the storm, it's about being your anchor through it. You hear God's voice in subtle ways. Have you ever had a moment where an answer just came to you out of nowhere? Or maybe you felt an inner nudge, telling you to take a specific path or avoid a certain situation. This is one of the most powerful ways God communicates with His chosen ones. It's not always a loud, booming voice. It's often subtle, like a whisper in your heart, or a gut feeling that you can't ignore. For chosen ones, this connection feels deeply personal. You may have prayed for clarity, and soon after, something or someone gave you exactly what you needed. This is God speaking to you, guiding you in ways that might not always make sense at the moment, but later reveal their divine purpose. The key is to listen and trust. When you feel that pull in your spirit, know that it's not random. It's God's voice, reminding you that He's watching and leading you toward your purpose. Unexplainable peace in the chaos life can be overwhelming at times, with challenges and stress coming from all directions. But as a chosen one, you may notice something extraordinary. You experience peace even in the middle of chaos. It's not because your problems disappear, but because you have a deeper understanding that God is in control. This peace is a gift, a reminder that you are held in God's hands. Others might look at your situation and wonder how you remain calm, but you know the truth. It's not about your strength. It's about the strength of the One who is watching over you. If you've felt this unshakable calmness during life's storms, take it as a sign that God's presence is deeply rooted in your life. Unexpected help always arrives chosen. Ones often experience moments where help comes out of nowhere. Maybe you were struggling with a financial issue, and suddenly an opportunity appeared. Or perhaps you felt like giving up, and someone reached out to encourage you at the exact moment you needed it. These aren't just coincidences, they're divine interventions. God uses people, situations, and even small moments to remind you that you're not alone. He ensures that your needs are met, even when you can't see how it's possible. If you've experienced these miracles in your life, know that they are clear signs of God's watchful eye over you. Feeling like you don't belong. This one might feel a little heavy, but it's an important sign. As a chosen one, you might often feel like you don't fit in with the world around you. Maybe you've always felt different, like you see things more deeply or feel things more intensely than others. This can sometimes feel isolating, but it's actually a powerful sign of your divine purpose. God sets chosen ones apart for a reason. You weren't made to blend in. You were made to stand out. While it might feel lonely at times, this is God's way of preparing you for something greater. He's shaping you into someone who can handle the unique purpose He has for your life. So when you feel like you don't belong, remember that you belong to Him. The connection between tears and healing. Let's take a moment to talk about tears. Have you ever cried during prayer or felt an overwhelming emotion during a quiet moment? For chosen ones, tears aren't just a release, they're a sign of healing. They are God's way of cleansing your soul and preparing you for the next chapter of your journey. These tears often come when you feel God's presence the most. They might appear when you're praying, reflecting, or even when you hear a specific message that resonates with your spirit. Don't be ashamed of these moments. They are sacred, a direct connection to the divine. When you feel this release, it's a sign that God is with you, comforting and strengthening you in ways you can't always see. Divine protection in unexpected ways. Have you ever looked back at a situation and thought, that could have been so much worse? Maybe you narrowly avoided an accident or were spared from a harmful situation at the last moment. These aren't just lucky breaks, they're clear signs of God's protection over your life. For chosen ones, this protection is deeply significant. You may not always understand why certain things happen, but when you're under God's care, even the challenges you face have a purpose. Sometimes the struggles you go through are meant to redirect you towards something better, or to keep you away from harm. If you've experienced these moments of unexpected safety, take comfort in knowing that God is actively shielding you from what's not meant for you. Dreams that speak to your spirit. Chosen ones often have vivid, meaningful dreams that feel more like messages than random images. These dreams can leave a lasting impact, staying with you long after you've woken up. They might guide you, warn you, or give you a sense of peace about a decision you've been struggling with. If you've ever had a dream that felt like it carried a deeper meaning, it could be God's way of communicating with you. Pay attention to these dreams. They are not to be dismissed as mere imagination. Often, they reflect what God wants you to focus on, heal from, or prepare for. They are a window into the divine, a unique way that God reassures you of His presence in your life. feeling called to help others? There's something truly special about chosen ones. They often feel a deep calling to serve and uplift others. It's not just a passing thought. It's a feeling so strong that you can't ignore it. Whether it's comforting someone in pain, giving advice that changes someone's life, or simply being there when others need you most, this calling is a sign of your divine purpose. God works through His chosen ones to bring light into the lives of others. If you've ever felt a strong urge to help someone, even when it wasn't convenient or easy, it's because God is using you as His instrument. He trusts you with this responsibility because He knows the impact you can have. Remember, your kindness and care are not small things. They are part of God's bigger plan to spread love and hope in the world. Signs through nature. Have you ever noticed how certain moments in nature seem to speak to you on a soul level? Maybe you've seen a rainbow after a storm and felt a deep sense of peace, or a bird caught your attention in a way that felt significant. God often uses the beauty of creation to remind chosen ones of His presence. For example, you might see repeated signs like butterflies, doves, or even unique patterns in the clouds. These are gentle nudges from the universe, telling you that you're on the right path. Nature has a way of connecting us to the divine, and as a chosen one, you're more likely to feel these moments as sacred. When they happen, take a moment to pause, breathe, and thank God for reminding you that you're never alone. A deeper understanding of life's challenges. As a chosen one, you may have faced more than your share of hardships. At times, it might feel unfair, as though the weight of the world is on your shoulders. But with every challenge, you've gained wisdom and strength. God uses these moments to shape you into the person you're meant to become. You see, chosen ones are not just given their purpose, they are prepared for it. Your trials are not punishments, they are lessons designed to refine you. When you look back on what you've been through, you'll notice how each struggle has taught you something valuable. This deeper understanding of life's difficulties is a gift that sets you apart and prepares you to fulfill your unique mission. Finding peace in solitude. Many chosen ones feel a deep sense of loneliness at some point in their journey. It's not that they don't connect with others, but their path often sets them apart. This solitude, however, is not a punishment. It's a divine blessing. In these moments of stillness, God can speak to you in ways that are impossible in the noise of everyday life. When you're alone, you have the opportunity to reflect, to pray, and to grow closer to your true self and your Creator. Solitude allows you to hear God's voice more clearly, guiding you toward your purpose. If you find yourself in a season of quietness, don't resist it. Embrace it as a time to recharge and realign with what truly matters. This peace you find in solitude is God's way of preparing you for the tasks ahead. Synchronicities you can't ignore. Have you ever noticed repeating numbers like 1111 or meaningful coincidences that seem too perfect to be random? These are often God's way of catching your attention. For chosen ones, synchronicities are a language of their own. They show up to remind you that you're aligned with a higher purpose and that everything is unfolding as it should. These signs are not accidental. They are a form of divine communication, encouraging you to trust the process and stay the course. Whether it's a chance meeting with someone who offers guidance, a song that speaks to your heart at the right moment, or repeated symbols that hold personal meaning, these synchronicities are God's gentle reminders that He is with you every step of the way. A strong sense of faith. One of the most profound signs that God is watching over you is your unshakable faith. Even in the darkest moments, you have an inner knowing that everything will be okay. This faith is not something you've developed on your own. It's a gift from God, a sign of His presence in your life. Chosen ones often find themselves turning to prayer, meditation, or simply trusting in the divine when life gets tough. This faith acts as an anchor, keeping you steady no matter how rough the waters get. It's a direct reflection of God's care for you, reminding you that you are never truly alone. When your faith feels strong, it's a sure sign that God is not only watching over you, but actively guiding you. Guidance through unexpected sources. Sometimes God speaks to chosen ones through the least expected sources. It could be a stranger's kind words, a book that seems to appear out of nowhere, or even a random quote you stumble upon online that resonates deeply with your situation. These moments are not coincidences. They are divine interventions meant to give you clarity and direction. When you receive these messages, take them to heart. They are God's way of affirming your path and encouraging you to keep going. Even when it feels like you're navigating life on your own, these little signs are proof that God is working behind the scenes to guide you toward your destiny. A deep connection to your purpose. As a chosen one, you likely feel a pull towards something greater than yourself, a purpose that lights up your soul. This isn't just a random feeling, it's God's way of showing you that you're meant for more. Your purpose may not always be clear, but the sense that you're here for a reason is undeniable. This connection to your purpose gives you the strength to persevere, even when the road gets tough. It's a source of motivation, a reminder that your life has meaning beyond what you can see. Trust in this feeling and let it guide your actions. When you align with your purpose, you'll find that doors open, opportunities appear, and life flows more smoothly. The comfort of divine presence. Lastly, one of the most beautiful signs that God is watching over you is the peace that fills your heart in moments of uncertainty. It's not something you can explain. It's a quiet assurance that everything is as it should be. This comfort is God's way of letting you know that He is with you, no matter what you face. Chosen ones often experience this divine presence during prayer, meditation, or even while simply sitting in silence. It's a feeling that goes beyond words, a deep sense of being loved and cared for by a force greater than yourself. This presence is your constant reminder that you are never alone and that God's watchful eye is always upon you. A powerful reminder. As we come to the end of this message, remember that being a chosen one means walking a unique path, often filled with challenges and uncertainties. But through it all, God's presence is constant. Every sign, every moment of comfort, and every blessing is a reminder that you are deeply loved and divinely guided. You are never alone in this journey. Even in your darkest moments, God is there, watching over you, guiding you, and preparing you for the greatness you were destined for. Trust the process, trust His timing, and trust yourself. The signs are all around you. Be open to them, embrace them, and let them remind you of the extraordinary purpose you carry. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and join our community of chosen ones. Together, we'll uncover more truths, share more insights, and continue growing in faith and purpose. Thank you for watching, and always remember, you are loved, you are guided, and you are chosen. See you in the next video.